So, as you probably know, whenever I'm talking about Abrahamic economics, our entire architecture is something that has been directly cut, copied, and pasted from the Western template. What happens in the Western template? In it, their focus is only on the man factor. And what is that focus? It is that I have to get a job. So I must very quickly build a building in this city so I can get to that job as soon as possible. And there is absolutely no focus on how many animals or birds will be killed. There is no focus on the environment, nothing at all. Whereas the Sanatan economics model, what it says is that if you first want to build a place for human beings to live, the very first thing you have to look at is the water supply. Then you have to look at the food supply, then the mineral supply, then you look at bird life, then animals, then the plantation. And only after all that can you then do your own construction. So if you go according to the Sanatan economics model, then you will not have this whole entire circus of climate activism. And then that whole animal rights circus will not happen either. Are you getting it? In this Abrahamic economics model, nobody is counted, only the weaponization of money happens. It is all about immediate construction following the Western template. It is simply copy pasted. That is why you see in big cities, wherever we have just cut, copied, and pasted the Western template for all our construction, those places get waterlogged very, very quickly. The water flow stops because the area's natural valleys get blocked. So after 3 or 4 years, they realize, oh, we were supposed to consider the environment. Then they realized they had to consider the climate and also the temperature. So whenever we cut, copy, and paste the Western template into our lives, not just in this, but in everything from education to governance. So when the Britishers, when they finally left the colonies, they left the colonies in such a way, you see, that they converted the entire colony, they converted it completely into a job model. Mind you, I am talking about 400 years ago. Worldwide, all of the British colonies were converted to the job model because the job model is precisely the kind of economy that is an economy based on perpetual consumption. Because in a job model, there is never going to be any real research or innovation. Why would a job seeker ever do original research? They think there is a separate R&D department and its employees will handle any research that needs to be done. So you had an entire civilization with an economy based on research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and it was converted into a poor economy by moving it to a job model. And for that very purpose, the classroom was invented. The idea was, how can we pack these people inside four walls for 15 to 20 years? So then the output that comes out after 23 to 24 years is so very foolish that they are not capable of doing anything except go to job interviews. All proof, and the ultimate proof of this is when parents themselves start to invest their money in the stock market. What this means is that parents know that the entire education sector has completely collapsed. It has already collapsed, and the parents are aware of this because they do not see their own child as being capable of making money. That is the very reason they invest in the stock market. Are you understanding how this job model was actually established? It was done in the classroom. A memory race test is happening. You have to give a 3-hour exam. Now, why did the British do this? The British did this for the very reason that before the invaders ever came, Bharatiya women were counted among the world's biggest business tycoons. Bharatiya women were, in fact, the richest business tycoons on the entire planet Earth. There are three very clear sectors, which I often mention in my talks, where Bharatiya women used to dominate across the entire world. Throughout the whole world, not just in Baran. Textile, jewelry, and spices. These three industry sectors were completely and totally dominated by Bharatiya women before the invaders came. So now, by making women the focus, the entire society is to be converted into jobbers. And that is precisely why memory is being tested. Because memory is more of a feminine quality by its nature, it is not a masculine quality at all. So it is a given that the girls are going to get the ranks. Are you getting it? So they deliberately brought girls and boys together, creating co-education, but it was not for the sake of equality. It was done to convert the entire society into jobbers. We were told that a mark sheet would be given and it would have marks for many different subjects. A natural human being is typically an expert in only one or two things. So you are deliberately hammered for 10 to 15 years with, hey, your son is not good at this. So for 15 to 20 years, you focus on the things you are not good at. Then for 40 years, the HR department searches for what you are good at. That is the system. Now, to ensure the same system continues in companies, you will be made to sit at a desk, at a table all day long. And you are being given only 5% of the work of that entire department. And you spend a full 10 hours doing that same 5% of work. Meaning, you should not get to know anything at all about the market or how the market actually operates. So just as you were imprisoned in a classroom for 15 to 20 years and did not find out about the market, it is exactly the same. Companies will then imprison you with only 22% of the work of a single department. Meaning you will not even learn the whole department. Now, if someone turns out to be too smart and even understands the market, then companies have decided that every third year this person has to be transferred to an unknown city. And by mistake, you understood it as a market, they have made some provision for it. So, when the British came and they saw what a truly innovative society this, where everyone is enterprising and only those whose hands and feet have something wrong or who are unable to learn from their minds, only those people do jobs in this country. When they came to know this, so they decided that they would create an entire babudam and leave it behind in the colonies. A particular kind of babudam, that if I have gone and created a lawyer, then the lawyer can only make money by destroying his own domain. What that means is, if the case gets solved, he is not going to get his fees. If the crime gets solved, then the police will not get a budget for the next year. If the patient is successfully treated, then the doctor will not get his fees. So every single job was created in such a way that it is actively destroying its own domain. He will not get paid unless he is destroying that domain. This is the system the British left behind in all the colonies. You see, if a politician comes into power after being elected and actually solves all the problems, then what will he ask for votes for? So you have to understand that this capitalism of Adam Smith now means you have 15 families making shirts of 15 different designs. Then from somewhere, Adam Smith brings his capitalism and says, I will give you the division of labor and economies of scale. You remove your 14 designs from the market, you give me your money, I will set up a factory, and all of you can become my workers. And when 95% of the wealth ended up in the hands of just 5% of the people, it was after that Karl Marx was born, who is now demanding things for free. So we feel very bad about politicians when they come and say that electricity is free, water is free, bus travel is free. We feel bad. And have we ever stopped to think about this? That because of Adam Smith, 95% of the wealth has already gone into the hands of just 5% of the people. When there is so much discrimination already in society, of course he will ask for things for free. Why are you so surprised? Right. So I give you a living example of this in Retox as well. I tell you again and again that if you go to a hospital, the poor doctor is just an employee. The money is someone else's. The doctor is just an employee. So according to Adam Smith's capitalism, he has to maximize profit. Whether the patient is actually sick or not, he has to be cut open because the profit target has to be achieved. The doctor is just an employee. Remember that. And then when the exploitation reaches such an extent that they are charging completely arbitrary fees, whatever they want, for profit maximization, because everyone's money is invested in that hospital. So obviously then Karl Marx will be born and the Prime Minister will have to give an Ayushman card of up to 5 lakh It is a very natural thing when you exploit people to that extent. A Karl Marx will be born. And let there be no confusion that Karl Marx and Adam Smith are different. That 5 lakh rupees Ayushman card payment is going to Adam Smith. So, for all the people who are being taught economics in school, Adam Smith is the father of capitalism and Karl Marx is the father of communism. But when you truly understand that it is Adam Smith who is the father of communism, not Karl Marx. So a few days ago, a debate was going on Twitter that the Ladli Behan scheme is happening. It is a very bad thing. Taxpayers do not like it. Middle class voters do not like it either. On Twitter, everyone was trolling that if they distribute so much money, we work hard, we pay taxes. The opposition is natural. I also do not like why cash is given out as freebies like this. But we have to understand the reality of voting day. If Hindu voters do not go to vote, because more than half are on holiday that day, they have to be brought to the voting booth. They will not go to vote at all. More than half are on holiday that day. So to bring them to the voting booth, you have to give cash. And what is the other option? The other option are those parties that are saying that we will distribute 10 times more and bankrupt the entire state. What is happening in Karnataka now? And what Kejriwal did before that? So if they are going to distribute 100 times more, then you are simply distributing 10 times less. You have to do it. Otherwise, those people will come into power and bankrupt everything. You see, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji left the economy with a complete surplus, but he could not get re-elected, but gave him 2,000. He did the work, he left a surplus, and then for the next 10 years, the country was completely bankrupted through distribution and corruption. And secondly, we also need to understand that if we are talking about distribution, is Adam Smith getting any less? For whichever big businessman you are giving land at a very low rate, giving him a PLI scheme to invest in the sector, well, then the big guys at the top are also taking cash. Right. And the middle class is protesting that cash should not be distributed for free. So if we stop distributing money to Adam Smith to set up industries, then where will the middle class find jobs? So there are some realities we need to understand. And why is this happening? This is happening because we are going in the complete opposite direction of the Sanatan economics model. The Sanatan economics model very clearly states it is family unit economics. Something for which these states are particularly known, Gujarat and Rajasthan. At the very least, these two are states that are well known for family unit economics. Generational wealth, a legacy business. And for that legacy business, if you have actually done the parenting correctly and groomed the next generation properly, then they would have expanded it correctly and would have also diversified the business. If this is not done, then we see so many business houses today saying that the next generation knows absolutely nothing and wants to do nothing. So just let them get a job. This really shows how absent parenting is, and more precisely, just how absent the father is. The father does not even know that he has a role to play. He thinks his only job is to pay the bills. Someone who does not even know the role of fathering. Because for 30 years, the father on screen is a poor guy just standing aside in a serial. And all the ladies are the ones who are fighting. The importance of the fathering role is immense because the next generation needs to grow with life skills. If he is only busy with cash collection, then all the wealth that you have accumulated, it has absolutely no meaning. The poor grandfather, his feet got tired and he built an entire empire. And the child comes up with the idea of how he can sell this business. He says, I want a startup. A startup, what kind? I will make some app. And he has an app to sell. He has an idea to sell it even before it is made. Are you understanding? So this shows exactly how absent the father is. And the way we will get into geopolitics is because a lot of this problem stems from geopolitics itself. So this entire classroom to job portal system was set up specifically to ruin countries. Behind that, the single country reserve currencies, the pound and the dollar, both of them played a very significant role. The way they have gamed the currency, they completely destroyed the agriculture sector and completely destroyed the manufacturing sector. They did not let our defense and space sectors develop. So a fake IT sector was created entirely out of the US Defense Department. And by printing dollar salaries, Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, and Chennai were created. They were told that you will get your salary in dollars. So our entire pool of talent got engaged in that kind of slave labor. The payments being made for the Western countries were all in dollars. So neither defense could be developed, nor space, nor manufacturing, and not even agriculture. In order to destroy all your other sectors, a completely fake IT sector was set up. And our IT sector companies were thinking that we are fooling America. They were under the impression that we are submitting fake invoices for billing hours and we are fooling them. So we really need to understand what kinds of geopolitical conspiracies are currently going on in this nation.